How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Herman Cain talking to TMZ about how black folks are brainwashed into hating President Donald Trump. What he said was 100% correct. Now, I can't play it here, obviously, because TMZ, they will copyright strike you in a heartbeat. But if you want to see his quick little 10-minute talk with TMZ when he was at the airport, I placed that in the box. But the general gist of it was black folks are fed so much misinformation about the president, and they're not focusing on what the president has accomplished. The guy started off the interview asking, hey, I know you're still friends with Trump. You guys are still on good terms. Why? And he was like, well, I'm looking at results. I'm looking at what he's been actually able to accomplish. And that's why I like what he's doing and not like Trump. And I think many of us fit into that same category. You're talking about the lowest black unemployment rate on record since like the 60s when it was taken as an actual stat. You're talking about low taxes. You got the economic empowerment zones. You have the criminal justice reform, the First Step Act, freeing black folks from the penitentiary. Kim Kardashian went to the White House asking about Alice Marie Johnson to get her free from the penitentiary. 1 week later, Trump says, all right, you're free to go. And you see, the thing about it is he's so accessible and open-minded. All you got to do is go talk to him. A lot of black folks have been so brainwashed that they don't want to even go talk to the man about getting their old mama free from the penitentiary. You know, I don't care if it was the man I hated the most out of anybody in the world. If he's the president right now and he says, hey, anybody want to come talk to me about getting their loved one, their friend, family member, whatever it is, free from the penitentiary, come on up. I'm open. You have a very high success rate coming to talk to me. You're a celebrity. Come on up. I'm going. If, you know, my mama, my daddy, if somebody's in jail, I'm going to the White House to get them freed. Trump at one point asked for a list of people that people wanted to get free from the penitentiary. I've not seen one black celebrity go do that. Kim Kardashian is the new Harriet Tubman, and that's really a shame. She's not even black, but I digress. What Herman Cain said was 100% correct. The guy was talking about the athletes, you know, why aren't the guys going that usually go from the sports teams? It's brainwashing. And also it's about, you know, kind of like they're embarrassed to be conservative. You know, they don't really want to go to the White House, or they're embarrassed to really be around Trump, because not only is there brainwashing happening, it's also kind of cultural conditioning. If your friends and family all hate Trump for whatever the reason may be, it's hard for you to not hate Trump. Let's say you in the Golden State Warriors, right? You might have 3 guys on the team that love Trump, that secretly voted for Trump, but the rest of their teammates hate him. They don't really know why, and I'll get to that in a moment, but they hate him. So if you go to the White House without them, that could create some kind of disharmony in a locker room, and that could negatively affect your career. So you can't really have that. So that's a big part of the reason why some of these guys aren't going to the White House. It's kind of a peer pressure thing, and it's about trying to preserve themselves. Yes, you do support the president, but at the same time, you got a family to feed. So if going to the White House will ruin locker room chemistry, you don't want to do that, because you got to be able to eat, you got to be able to make money, and you got to be able to stay on the team. It's just kind of balancing. You don't have to publicly be political as long as you privately do what you know is the right thing, which is to vote the right way and act the right way. But for now, I digress. Let's get into why black folks don't like Trump, if there's any real reasons. They'll talk about things that the media says. Every time, well, almost every time I ask black folks, why don't you like Trump? Why don't you like the anti-abortion stance? Why aren't you pro-Second Amendment? They don't really have an answer. Actually, most of the time, most black folks I talk to, liberal, conservative, or whatever, pretty much all say the same things about what I ask. I say, hey, are you pro-gun? You know, do you want to defend yourself against the criminals out there that have guns? Everybody says yes. If I say, do you think that killing babies is a good thing? Then mostly all say no. Those that are pro-abortion, if I ask them, hey, when does a baby become a baby? When is a baby a human being? They have no answer. They want to dodge around the question, which lets me know that they know that they're killing the baby inside of the woman. They just can't really bring themselves to come out and be against abortion because of what Herman Cain said, the brainwashing that happens. Also, when I talk about, you know, freedom of religion, a lot of things that Trump is for, therefore as well. But they talk about, oh, he's racist. He said that Charlottesville, the Nazis were good people. That's a media talking point. That's not true. He was talking about those that were protesting in favor of the statue staying, but it wasn't just one little group that was there. You had college kids there, regular everyday moms and dads, people that were not involved in any kind of political organization, hate group or nothing like that, just regular Joes like you and me, okay? But the media keeps spinning that all the time, constantly. And then a lot of us watch this and a lot of us want to believe it because we think we're Democrats. We think that we're liberal. So therefore, whatever the media says, we believe, which is why when I get into the conversation about why do you hate Trump, I usually hear a lot of media talking points. And if I don't hear that, I don't hear anything. They'll get into this whole mode of being quiet, talking about, oh, you know why? You know he's a racist. Like, no, I don't know why, sir or ma'am. Tell me why. They get frustrated when I start to ask them questions because they don't have answers, because there is no answer. The only real answer is that I hate Trump because the media told me, my friends and family told me, general society that I think I'm supposed to agree with has told me that I'm being a follower. I'm not being a leader. That's what that is. And you don't have to be some kind of grandiose person with a large following. You can just be a leader in your own sphere. Just lead yourself. If you're an adult, especially, just control yourself and lead yourself. Don't be led by the pack, led by the crowd. Walk to the beat of your own drum. Okay? That's how I operate. That's kind of how I've always been, which is why I'm able to be open-minded and look at a Trump or whoever else is out there in politics for what they are. If I see positive results, if I see things that are going the right way, I'm not worried about the media trying to smear somebody. I'm looking at what's happening. I like it. I like the way the economy is going. I like the low taxes. I like the unemployment rate being very low. I like the justice reform that he's doing. I like how open and accessible he is. I like the whole not going to war. You got rumors out there, people talking about, are we going to go to war with Iran? There's more media stuff. Could it happen? Of course it could happen, because anybody could get attacked by anybody. And then at that point, what are you going to do? But the media, I feel like, are stoking certain things. They're beating the war drums themselves. They're stoking the animosity and the fear and the frustration. It did that during the whole Freddie Gray kerfuffle, and also Alton Sterling and other things that happened under Barack Obama towards the end of his second term. Okay, they'd be out there with the cameras ready, like 100 deep, every organization out there just ready to see if it was going to be something that started. And when the cameras are out there and when it's a hype behind a riot happening, that kind of encourages a riot to happen. So the media, more than anything, in my humble opinion, is the biggest negative influence on black folks, because many of us have been raised to think we're liberal, to think we're Democrat, and think Republicans are racist. The media feeds into it. Also, the academia portion of our society, which is in cahoots with the media, which is in cahoots with the leftist politicians out there on Capitol Hill, Washington, D.C. So as I conclude, I just want to say, shout out to Herman Cain. He is 1,000% correct. The brainwashing is real. The peer pressure is real. The lack of information is also very real. So I implore anybody out to listen to the sound of my voice, if you don't like Trump, tell me why. And don't use any kind of media talking points. Just tell me how you personally feel. What did you see that you didn't like from Trump? And how about the results that are on the books right now that you can actually see within just 2 years he's been in office, like 2.5 years almost, not even 2.5 years. Okay. That is pretty much all I got. So what say you? Am I correct here that the brainwashing is a very real thing, like Herman Cain says, as it relates to why so many black Americans and so many other Americans, aside from conservatives, is that real, that we just don't like him because of the brainwashing? Is it more, like I said as well, your family upbringing, you're raised from a young age to believe in liberal Democrat policies and talking points? So then when you get to become an adult, it just kind of compounds upon itself. Am I wrong here? Is Trump a bad man, orange man bad? If Trump's not a good guy, if Trump's not been effective, if Trump is a bad president, if he's racist, sexist, misogynist, or whatever other ober issue you want to lay on him, let me know why in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. I'm not an echo chamber. I like to hear different points of view. But one thing I will say is that the brainwashing has got to stop. Be more open-minded, regardless of where your mind tends to lead. Be more open-minded, but don't let it fall out your head. Whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.